I like sports anime. It has all the suspense you would find in a standard battle series, but it's in a game of basketball or baseball or something. Shows like Kuroko no Basket, Ace of Diamond, and the magnum opus, Keijo.
ごめんねまさか父サイミ
Ah yeah, only in Japan will you find someone so passionate about tits and ass that he'll make an entire manga out of it.
バイブリングヒット
But the shows I just listed also had this supernatural aspect to it. And as cool as they are, I tend to gravitate towards shows that are more grounded in reality. Shows like Haikyuu, Ahiru no Sora, and 2018's Hanebado. I feel like this show's been left in the dust ever since it finished, but it did leave an impression on me because, like many Asians, I too grew up playing badminton, so naturally I was like, yo, it's time. Cute girls playing badminton? Let's go! Oh, no. The first thing you'll notice about this show is just how gorgeous the animation is. The amount of intensity combined with the fast pacing really gets you excited and almost demands your attention. If you're the type of person who likes hearing the swoosh of the net or the sound of a ball being spiked, you're gonna love this, because every hit is just... This is why I really love sports anime, because the creators just have such an attention for detail, even for the little things, to make it feel as real as possible. But with that said, how does the story fare? Well, let's start off with the main character, Nagisa. She's your typical, I want to be the very best in Japan like no one ever was sort of MC, who loves playing badminton over anything else. She's very adamant on hard work and putting in the effort to be better, and not to slack off. However, this mindset really hinders her as a captain, as she's shown to be a bit too strict on the fellow members.
ちょっと3年のあんたがそんなんじゃ下の子たちに示しがつかないじゃんそあたりはやめてよ強くなる気がないならやめればいい
Let's be real here. Nagisa's a bit of an ass in the beginning of the episode. There's no way around it, but at the same time, she wants to prove that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't put in the effort to work hard. In the past, she would overhear kids saying that she was only good because of her height, that she had some natural talent or something, but Nagisa didn't want that. She felt as though that no one saw the work she put in to get to where she is, and it's not as though she's oblivious to the things she says or the way she acts in front of others. She knows how selfish she's been acting, lashing out on others because they aren't at the same skill level as her, which in turn slowed down Nagisa's growth because she's already the best out of everyone in the club. At the same time, she feels the need to blame others for the things she can't do, something she learns to overcome in the following episode. And then we have Ayano. We first met Ayano after she beat Nagisa in the beginning of episode 1. If Nagisa represented hard work, Ayano was natural talent. Being the child of a national champion, Ayano was basically born to play badminton. Quick reflexes along with being left-handed automatically put her above most other players her age. The thing she lacked was passion and motivation to continue playing. And it's not because she's following this generic, there's no one good enough to play against, the only one who can beat me is me type deal, but rather something more messed up, which I'll get to later. Ayano gets scouted by the badminton team coach, but refuses to join the team. She tells him that badminton was pointless and that it was just a sport to her. All the while, the coach kept telling her how talented she was and that she has to play badminton or else it'd be a waste. Hearing what Ayano said would make anyone angry, especially Nagisa, who trained day in and day out. Ayano made it seem like everything Nagisa did up until now was all for naught, all because she didn't have the same natural gift as Ayano. The real hitter was Ayano treating badminton like it was nothing more than a sport, and failed to realize that people put everything on the line, working their ass off because badminton is more than just a sport to them. In my opinion, this is one of the best first episodes of any shows I've watched. The match at the very beginning is exciting and intense, giving you a great impression of what's to come, and the contrast between Ayano and Nagisa is clearly defined. I mean, you can't go wrong with the good old Rock Lee versus Gaara type scenario, plus, these two on the same team could make for some good Hinata Kageyama vibes, which is always welcomed in my books. Does it actually do that though? Well, let's talk about that. I feel like episodes 1 through 4 were pretty good. We got some development on Nagisa's side, we learn about Ayano's backstory, which, again, I'll get to later because it's one of the most messed up things in the show, and episode 4 ends with them arriving at the training camp, by the way, the Fredericia Girls Club.
Yeah, it's good.
The episodes following aren't necessarily bad per se. There are a few I appreciated, namely 6, 8, and 10, and the matches still kept up the same quality of animation. The thing that ruined it all was, well, Ayano. Ayano loved playing badminton with her mom as a kid, and she was very skilled even at her young age. One day during a match with Kaoruko, Ayano's self-proclaimed rival, she lost because Kaoruko was sick and wanted to play Ayano on equal terms. After she loses, Ayano's mom leaves her daughter and heads off the fuck off because she didn't want Ayano to rely on her. It's one of those, I did this to make you stronger on your own type of memes. That's right, this show teaches us that losing in badminton means that you're not good enough, and it's enough to convince your parents to leave you while you're sick and in a situation where you need some parental guidance. You know what the worst part of it all is? She knows what she did is wrong, but still stands by her decision. Like, how do you even respond to that? Needless to say, this scarred Ayano pretty bad. This was actually the sole reason why she didn't want to play badminton anymore. She thought that if she kept winning, her mom would come back, but obviously that wasn't the case for what I assumed to be a year or possibly even more. While her mom was away, she'd taken care of a girl named Connie. To Ayano, it seemed like her mom had replaced her with Connie, which is extremely just not cool, dude. We are not good in the hood. They both end up playing each other in a skirmish. Now, two things happen as a result of this match. First, Ayano learns the value of playing in a team. She realizes that she was not alone anymore, and that she had others who would shoulder the burden with her. No matter if she won or lost, she'd always still have a team to fall back on. This is really great character development on Ayano's part, because she was still uncertain on whether or not she should still be playing badminton anymore, and this moment really helped to boost her morale. Second, all of that gets thrown out the window in the next episode. Connie, being the oh-so-lovely person that she is, tells her that a team is worthless if she doesn't have her mom's acknowledgement. Good job. Way to ruin the titular character. You know what you get?
無理だよ。3人で家族になるなんてさ。
Seriously, like, she becomes an entirely different person. She becomes a lot more colder towards her opponents and very ignorant towards her team, especially Nagisa as she tries to provoke her by saying, "You're never gonna beat me and you know it." And you know what the sad part of it all is? It's not even her fault that she became this way, with her mom leaving all because she lost the match due to something that was completely out of her control, Connie's existence in general, and her friend, Elena, not being able to understand how Ayano feels. All of this culminated in a ton of mental baggage that she had to deal with on her own pretty much. I can't help but feel sorry for her. And yes, she does sort of kind of get better at the end of the series, but come on, you can't do that. So, is Hanebado the worst sports anime ever? Well, if you're expecting something like Haikyuu, then yeah, it's not going to be even close to that standard. Is it a bad show in general? I'd give it a solid 5 or 6 out of 10. The animation, episodes 1 through 4, and the matches in the later half of the series really carried the show, even though the story went to complete poop. I had really high hopes coming into the show when I first watched it back in 2018, but it just wasn't Hidden Chief. Regardless, here's Ayano doing a JoJo meme to close out the video.
何？
みえ。
何が？